Alrighty, ladies and gents. So we meet again. So some tips here as we do some ELA test prep, okay? That whenever your state test is in reading in any subject, okay, you should read the questions first, okay? So I know we all kind of dive into the reading passages and we just read. That makes it like you're just reading to read. You want to know what they're asking in these questions, okay? So if we look at question 1, okay, which sentence from the story reveals Peter's fear of returning to the garden? So as we read, and I know we already read the passage together, okay, we're looking, how do we know Peter is fearful of going to that garden? This is a question you will find directly in the text. So if you just read to read, you won't remember this word for word. But if I read this question first, then as I read, I can look for that answer. Okay, so we're going to search exactly where this answer is. So, what sentence from the story reveals Peter's fear of returning to the garden? A, he looked poorly and was dressed in a red cotton pocket handkerchief. B, Peter's coat and shoes were plainly to be seen upon the scarecrow, topped with an old hat of Mr. McGregor's. C, Peter did not seem to be enjoying himself. He kept hearing noises. D, presently Peter let the pocket handkerchief go again. So, what proves that Peter is fearful or scared of going to that garden? So we're going to go back in the text and see, why is he not enjoying himself? Look at paragraph 13, ladies and gents. Then he suggested that he should fill the pocket handkerchief with onions, as little as a present for his aunt. Peter did not seem to be enjoying himself. He kept hearing noises. Paragraph 13 is our answer that you will find directly from that text. So which sentence from the story shows that Peter is fearful? We went back to paragraph 13. It is C. Peter did not seem to be enjoying himself. He kept hearing noises. Okay, these all came from the text. But you want to go back exactly about the point where he's returning to the garden. You will have to go back in the text. Okay, so number 1 is C as in cat. Number 2, they give me a sentence coming from paragraph 17. It says, Peter heard noises worse than ever. His eyes were as big as lollipops. His eyes are being compared to lollipops by using the word as, so that's a simile. But they're not asking if it's a simile or metaphor. They're asking you, why would the author include this descriptive language? This answer, ladies and gents, will not be in the text. You have to use your background knowledge and say, why would the author put this simile in there? A, it's what Peter's clothes look like. Is that what they're talking about? Is it why Peter stopped? Is it describing a scary thing ahead? Or are they describing how Peter currently looks? Why would the author put this simile about his eyes in there? So again, this one, they're telling you the simile from paragraph 17, but they're not asking what it means. They're asking, why did they put it there? So this one is not in the text. We're not going to have to go back for. What do you think the answer is to number 2? All right, it is D as in dog. It's describing how scared Peter's looking. Think about when you're scared, your eyes pop up, right? All right, number 3, based on details in the story, the reader can infer, meaning this will not be in the text. Infer means you are drawing your own conclusions. A, they're not afraid of anything and like to be adventurous. B, normally do not go into Mr. McGregor's garden. C, we're only worried about trying to find food in the garden. Or D, they thought they were safe because Mr. McGregor was gone.